we were to all kind of, like I said this the other day on a live stream, if we were all to like pitch in, $50 or $100, all the Seamoss sellers, and kind of put it to a fund that we were to use to study and test the Seamoss so that we understand how the product works, then, it would help elevate, I believe it would help elevate the industry, you know what I mean? Because people would have a better understanding of what they're actually consuming, as opposed to saying there's this many minerals in it, which no one gets right anyways.
Yeah, there have been some people who have said that they've tested it and said that it's not. You don't really see people say 92 out of 102 anymore, but it's still good. It doesn't matter whether it's 55.
Yeah.
It's still a great product, and it's been used for a very, very long time.
Century. And
we weren't testing it back in the day. Yeah, you can say that there's maybe more pollution now in the seas and things like that, but when I was doing my research on this, have you ever come across the fact that Seamoss itself repels toxins and radiation because of its nature? Yeah, so it's like it just would not absorb those heavy metals anyways.
Yeah, there have been tests of certain stuff in it, right? Because it is kind of filtered, but you're right. It's more of I believe its main purpose is really, at least with the Seamoss that we're selling, its main purpose is to regulate the levels of nitrogen in the water. Because that's what it mostly feeds on, is nitrogen. And then it's a source of food, it's a source of like shade or habitat for the various, like it's like a nursery, right? So yeah, but I know that I had one guy test it, and they had they found levels of arsenic in it, and then when we did the research, we found out, this is something I didn't know, is that there's actually two types of arsenic. There's organic arsenic, which is naturally occurring in the world, and then there's manufacturing arsenic. And so the organic arsenic is not as toxic and dangerous as, like, the manufactured one.
Right.
Yeah. And so, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, there is a lot of chemicals that occur naturally, but you hear it and you're just like, what the?
Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh. But, generally, if you have the Seamoss in good areas, clean waters and stuff like that, there's not a lot of heavy metals everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Like,
right.
At least my experience in St. Lucia is that, unless you're in an area that has a high concentration of human activity, you're not going to get, a lot of toxic stuff going into the water, right?
Which kind of also brings it back to that whole argument about wild crafted versus wild harvested.
Sorry?
That kind of goes back to the whole argument about wild crafted versus wild harvested. Wild crafted, taking it from the deeper parts of the sea and then bringing it to the shallow part of the sea to grow it. People have looked down on that. Farmed Seamoss and this and that, when it's really a sustainable way to make the Seamoss. It's clean because you're going to go choose waters that are cleaner. Disturb the ecosystem that was already there. You're not taking the what you said before, the shade and the food from the ecosystem.